motivational speaker today, he is someone who is very close to me, because back in uni, right, he is my classmate. So we were dietitians, okay? So he is so definitely qualified in that sense, because he knows all the know-how about nutrition, and he is also a personal trainer. Also teach people on how to lose weight with, exercising. Yeah. But actually, I tell you a secret lah. Last time, right, he's very, very skeptical with all these weight management programs, because he feel that I already know, the best way in nutrition, and I also know the best way to exercise. So what makes him someone who's so skeptical, right, to actually look into this TR90, this #1 weight management program in Malaysia for 4 consecutive years. Yeah, okay. So without further ado, right, let's put our biggest applause and some flowers, emojis in the chat box, right, to welcome our weight management consultant, Philip.
Hello, right. Thank you, Queenie, right, for the introduction. All right, my name is Philip. As she's mentioned, right, my background, I'm a dietitian and also a personal trainer. And we met since university. We're really close friends. And she was really right about one thing, right? I did have my fair share of skepticism. So why am I here today, right? To not just share with you about what TR90 is, but also to tell you why I firmly believe in age-locked TR90, all right? So before I proceed to further share with you, right, maybe I share a little bit more about my background, right? Because, coming from a dietitian and personal trainer, it seems like it's the best of both worlds. It's not that I couldn't get the figure that I want, right? So let me share with you my short story. So before I met age-locked TR90, all right, this is actually me. All right, this is actually me. I was barely 50 kilo, a very skinny and scrawny kid, right? Okay, and I was often bullied and always also living in my brother's shadow, because my brother, right, he's born with broad shoulders, taller than me. His name is Derek. We call like Derek Jr., right? And I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all, right? So of course, with that, right, I decided to Google my way. I was only 17, right? Google my way to find out what to do about dieting and exercising. Back then, the resources weren't a lot as well, right? And eventually, I went to the gym every day. Hit the gym every day, maybe sometimes twice a day, because as a student you had the luxury of time. Of course, I also control my intake really, really well. I clean eat. What is clean eating, right? Basically, I eat brown rice. I eat only chicken breast. I use only olive oil. I eat only broccoli and no other vegetables, right? And I really had quite a bad relationship with my family because food connects us, right? And I wouldn't eat with them. I would pre-pack my food. So let me show you the photo of me after 2 years of hard work, all right? So don't laugh, don't get disappointed, right? This is actually me, right? So from barely 50, I actually went up to 74 kilo. This photo never gets old, man. Because I remember taking this photo, I didn't feel like I was overweight at all, right? But looking back, oh my God, my body fat percentage was very high, right? That's why when he was asking you guys to calculate it, right? So of course, after that, I didn't feel that I was really overweight. I was very persistent. And this was my second year of doing my very best. I wouldn't seek for help for personal trainer or anything. In fact, I decided, why not I become a personal trainer, right? And that's when I became a certified personal trainer by ACE, American Council. And I even got studied my degree in dietetics with nutrition, right? And this is actually my transformation with hard work and determination, right? Unwavering faith for 5 years to get to where this photo is. I could enjoy foods with my friends. I could enjoy food with my family. I could have my favorite pizza. I could have my favorite burger, And I felt like, I think I found it. I found the way, But of course, what happened, right, was, eventually I started competing as well in powerlifting, lifting heavy weights. So I could even lift up to 160 kilo, all right? But I had an accident, right, whereby in my spine, my lumbar, my L4, L5, I had a slip disc, and the pain was ongoing for 2 years. I was hospitalized. I couldn't work out, you see, and I lost a lot of my muscles. They were basically gone. So I told myself, dang, I have to start all over again, right? 3 to 5 years of pure hard work. It's not that I don't know the way, but bear in mind, back then I was like 19, 20, but here, I moved towards 30s, right? So I know that it's going to be extra challenging. So that was when, similar today, when your friend invited you or even tell you a little bit more about TR90, right? My girlfriend was the one that actually shared TR90 with me. And who shared it with her? Basically her elder brother, who's a medical doctor in Singapore, right? Back then, we did have our fair share of skepticism, but afterwards, when I understood what H-Lot really is, I gave it a try. And within just 3 months, guys, I've gained pure muscle of 2 kilos. So just for your information, for a guy that goes to the gym, right? 1 whole year, if you go to the gym every day, sometimes twice a day, you could put on 2 kilo of pure muscles, right? But now I'm getting it in 3 months. You see where I'm going with this? I'm completely mind blown away, right? And also because of that, right, my body fat has reached 9%, a single digit body fat. I've never reached and seen that kind of figure before. So I knew that, whoa, this program is actually very different. And I just asked myself, if this program could do me so much, right, how else could it help people who want to lose weight or even with health problems, right? So of course, I started sharing with my friends around me. So maybe let me share with you a little bit about my close friend Jason here. He's also from the same uni as me. In fact, he's a doctor in chiropractic, now practicing in Hong Kong. So back then, when we were in sports together, right, he was super fit. Like he was a badminton gold medalist, right? 75 kilo, about there, right? Unfortunately, when he flew to Hong Kong, maybe it was the relationship, girlfriend pampering him and good food here and there, right? So he put on a lot of weight, right? And a lot of us almost can't recognize him, right? He went from 75 to 86 kilo. So he gave me a call, right? And he said that, Philip, I really want to lose weight. What's this program that you're helping people around with, right? And in 3 months, right, I actually helped him to lose about 6 to 7 kilo. All right. And actually 1 year later, right, off the program, means after 90 days, it has ended, no more, right? He lost another extra 9 to 10 kilo. In total, he lost 16 to 17 kilo, right? And he still looks as good as he is right now as we speak, because we're still close friends. So you might be wondering, what triggered him to ask me for help, right? Basically in Hong Kong, right, when people, they speak in Cantonese, right? So they were looking for this doctor, and his name is Dr. Jason Liu. But guess what? People don't address him as Dr. Jason, all right? They call him in Cantonese, 肥佬醫生, means fatty doctor. Hey, where's the fatty doctor today? Fatty doctor not working. Fatty doctor on off day. That's the kind of term that they use to address him, which is, it's funny at first. If it sticks to you, right, it sticks to you for a long time. But guess what? No, now he looks so good. Even his patient points at the wall and see this photo, right? Jason, this is you. I can't believe this is you, right? So definitely the confidence is priceless, friends. All right. Moving on, this is actually our friend's daughter, right? And now we're close friends as well. She's actually a final year medical student, right? And all her life, she told me that she has always been on the heavier side. She has never seen the weight drop, but only increase. And because of that, right, a lot of body shaming does happen now, right? A lot of people tease her because of her weight, and it might sound funny, right? But of course, it definitely affected her, right? So her father actually recommended us to see her. And she decided to embark on the 90 days program, right? And of course, within 90 days, right, she lost 10 kilos. And one thing, right, her PCOS, right, has improved so much, because back then, right, her menses was so irregular, but now it's much more regular. The dates are getting shorter and shorter, right? And wow, so amazing. And honestly, even when I follow up with Alicia, right, her name is Alicia, if I didn't mention, I remember back then when she stood on the on run, right, she would actually shiver, because she's so scared. What if I don't lose weight? So I think this is a very sincere side of her. And why am I sharing with all of you guys? And she is also sharing it, by the way, it's because she believes that people deserve to know this, right, to really transform themselves. Okay. And of course, this lady is my friend's cousin. Okay, she's diabetic, she's in her late 60s, but guess what? All this while, she's been trying to lose weight. She's been eating lesser and lesser, but her weight just couldn't budge, just wouldn't move, right? But thanks to this program, thanks to the recommendation, right, of the cousin, right, she lose 5 kilo, and she ate more than she did, healthier, the right way. Most importantly, her blood sugar improved so much, on the lower end right now. And now, last time she said she can only do 1 round of walk. Now she can do 2-3 rounds. And she said if she squat down, right, she can never get up. That's it, Wish me luck, I can never stand back up. But now she can squat down and stand back up. Can you imagine energy level, the quality of life she's having right now, you know. And of course, all right, this is actually Auntie Zai. I think a lot of us know her as well, right? And she has a specialty in terms of pharmacology, means medication and drugs as well, all right? And through the program, right, she also shred a lot of weight and her health improved so much. You know, she really looks so much better and so much younger now as well, all right? And of course, this is actually a close friend of mine as well, right? Mr. Jack, right? Jack, right? So actually, right, he told me, since young, right, he was always the overweight kid as well. He has never imagined himself actually losing weight. But in this 90 days program, right, being him close to 60s, it's difficult to lose weight. But he didn't just lose about 6 to 7 kilos in 90 days. But after 90 days, he kept losing weight. And until now, right, he has lost a total of 14 kilos. His blood sugar and blood cholesterol in the blood test report that he showed me, right, has improved so much. So wow, friends, if you ask me, right, what TR90 is, right, TR90 is really not just about weight, right, but really overhauling your body to improve your health. So one thing that I like to address, right, is the weight on the scale. The weight on the scale is never real, guys. If you look in this, right, same weight, but different body shape, you know. If you ask me, they're actually both the same weight, but they look so different, right? A and B. Friends, can you type in the chat box, left and right? Which one looks fitter, left or right? All right? I'm sure the right one, right? But they're the same weight, right? Even for this gentleman as well, left and right. Who looks fitter? Okay, of course, let me know in the chat box. It's right? But they are both the same weight. So why is it so, right? Okay, definitely it's not just about weight. Right? If you look at BMI, of us know BMI, what your height is and what your weight should be. Okay, but this is not a very good measurement anymore, because right, I also have an auntie. She's underweight, but she has so much body fat that she's counted as obese and a lot of health problems. So BMI is not so accurate anymore, but we follow body fat percentage, and this is the reason why they all look so different. And my body fat went to 9%, guys. If you look at it, athletic, right, for a male, right, the figure they put there on the lower end is 11%. Right? I went to 9% thanks to TR90. And I think Hui Ni did some math as well earlier, right? So can you guess your weight and your body fat percentage? Do you know what it is? If you don't know, right, you can ask your friend, right, that invited you here to this link, or to know how much body fat you have in your body. Okay, so there's another type of fat called the visceral fat. Not a lot of people know this. Not many times it's being addressed, but the awareness is increasing. It's getting common and common. Basically, right, organ fat, right, are the fats wrapping around your organ. As it wraps around your organ, right, it can wrap in any organ, your heart, your liver, your lungs, even inside your lungs, it can be inside, and even in your arteries. And when it's in your arteries, right, if it blocks your heart, that's when you get heart attack. I keep it simple. And if it goes to your brain, if it blocks, right, it might cause a stroke, or worse, it might burst, right? So visceral fat is super important. So do you know what is your visceral fat, friends? I have a friend, he's 50 years old. He has a 6-pack abs because he got trainer, but his visceral fat is 16 layer. For a male, 6 to 8 is normal, you know, but he has 16. So never judge a book by its cover, right? And these are the things that will cause sudden death, you know, heart attack, high blood pressure, high blood cholesterol. So even for my friend, he has a nice set of abs with 6-pack, right? Because he has high visceral fat, he has a lot of health problems, including cholesterol and uric acid. So I think we all know that having high body fat, right, will cause a lot of health problems. Of course, who wants all this fat? You know, of course, I know, Philip, I know, right? But something that I like to share with you guys, right? You know, I think this is more relevant now. How do I prevent this from happening? Or why is this happening, right? So there's this joke, you know, they say if I look at your body weight, I can guess how many years you graduated from high school or uni, okay? Basically, what it's trying to say is, as you put on body fat when you age, right, one of the biggest reasons is your metabolism slowing down. Why is your metabolism slowing down? Probably due to aging as well. Or even you're born with a slow metabolism. It's true. Or you've tried too many ways or that it has damaged your metabolism, okay? So today, I'm going to share with you about H-Lock TR90, right? And H-Lock TR90 has 3 things: the products, the eating plan, and the exercise regime. Okay, and I'm going to share with you a little bit more about the H-Lock technology before I move into the details. Okay, so what is H-Lock, right? It's a technology, right, that helps us target at the genetic level. Huh? What do you mean? That's quite scientific, it's too deep, right? Maybe for certain friends here. Okay, so basically, right, for us human bodies, we all have the same DNA, no matter the race, the gender. All right, we all have the same human DNA. All right, a little bit different here and there. All right. So the main thing, right, that I want to talk about, right, is, for example, like in terms of our appetite regulated by our brain. Maybe as we get older, are more gluttonous, right? We want to eat more food, right? Last time eat one bowl, eat two bowl, you know. Our muscle, maybe as we age, right, it reduces, the body fat increases, you know. All these, right, are part of our DNA, okay? So I keep it even more simple. Have you guys ever heard this? Philip, I'm born with big bone structure and heavy bones. That's why I'm always on the heavier side. It's not me, it's my structure. Okay, have you heard of this? If you have, please type 1. Okay, I have a family history of diabetes, and that's why it's in my genetic, or hypertension, or even cancer. Common, right? It comes in my family history. Okay, it's so difficult for me to lose fat, you know, especially at my leg and at my stomach, especially after I became older, especially after I started working, especially after I started giving birth. You know, all my life I have been on the chubby side. Okay, or even this, I have high metabolism. I won't gain weight no matter how much I eat. Have you heard this before? Right, so annoying, right? But actually that's me, you know. But once you reach your mid-20s, right, it's so different. You start to put on fat. Why? Because aging, it's real, it's a real problem. So with all this problem, right, how do you then overcome this problem? You know, you're born with it, you know, it's something happened. How can exercising and pure dieting really help, right, when this is actually in our genetic? So before I proceed, right, let me let you guys know, TR90 is actually the #1 weight management program voted by the third party, Euromonitor, third party, #1 weight management program and well-being brand in Malaysia and Singapore for 3 and 4 years consecutively, guys. Not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 years consecutively. And I think they deserve a round of applause for that, right? For being recognized such a way. To say, right, it's safe, it's humane, and it's effective. You know, it's not something that is bogus that I simply say, you know, that I preach without evidence. Okay, so you might be wondering, wow, Philip, since the technology is so amazing, right? Why haven't I heard of it? Why haven't this thing been published anywhere? Actually, it has. Just that maybe you're not in the industry. So maybe you don't know. You're not informed about it yet. So similar to the technology nowadays, like how we can actually talk on Zoom now, technology is so advanced. And that's why we can actually look into our DNA, right? And this technology was featured in Discovery Channel. And for your information, Discovery Channel does not advertise. They do not advertise, right? There's no advertising segment. They only keep talking about the next technology, the next revolutionary stuff. And because H-Lock technology is so amazing, it was featured. But they never mentioned H-Lock on New Skin brand because they don't allow us to advertise. But this Chinese guy there, he's Dr. Joseph Chang. He is the professor, right? He's our chief scientific officer. And guess what, friends? This thing was broadcasted in 2012, 2021, present now, it was featured again. But because this technology has no competition, right, that it was actually the whole segment is called Discovery Channel X New Skin, the name of our company, because they cannot not recognize this anymore. Right? That's how prestigious this H-Lock brand really is, for your information, right? So maybe you've been bombarded with a lot of information. You still don't quite get it yet, right? So let me put it in an even more layman term for you, all right? So there's A and B. A is obviously me, I'm 28 years old, and B is old man Philip, 57 years old, okay? Who has a better metabolism, guys? Can you let me know in the chat box below? Who has a better metabolism, A or B? A or B, right? I think it's A lah, okay? Or I ask another question. If today both A and B fell down, who would take a longer time to recover? A or B? Not my question. Who would take a longer time? Okay, you're smart. You'll catch my answer already. It's B, right? If both A and B got stroke, both A and B went for physiotherapy, right? Who would recover faster? A. And I ask you why. Why would I recover faster than old man Philip? Simply because I'm younger. Imagine this principle, right? I apply it to your metabolism, all right? I apply it to your body fat. I can help you. H-Lock can help you all to burn that stubborn fat and build your muscle and give you the health and shape that you want. All right. So like I said, H-Lock, what it does, right? It targets a very specific genes. So I hope this photo allows you to see. Oops. Okay, the animation is not popping up, but yes, that's our DNA. That's our DNA allowing us to see, right, that actually it helps us in terms of our appetite, metabolism, and body fat. So to keep it short, TR90's main key features, you do not need to starve. You heard me right. You do not need to starve. Right? If you're going to starve anyway, why bother even listening to this, right? But guess what, friends? I have also people who starve but don't lose weight. Amazing, isn't it? That's how tricky the body is, you know. All right. No need for vigorous exercise. Mine, I say vigorous. Some people can do high intensity interval training, which is like an hour of high intensity workout. It's crazy, guys. Your knee pain probably kicks in before you burn the fat. Number three, guaranteed no side effects. If today, from my personal experience, if my grandma did a valve transplant in IJN at 80 years old and can safely consume this with all the medications, I dare say that, you know, definitely there's no side effects. You know, I love my grandma more than anything. Okay. Point number four, healthier after fat loss. And that's why you see, friends, people who actually have better blood test report, better energy level. It's not just about the weight, you know, it's not just about looking haggard. And I think the fifth point is very important, no rebound. Many people promise fast solutions, right? Losing 10 kilo in a week, in a month, you know, but guess what? The faster it is, the faster you rebound. Why are we here today? We want a solution. We want a one-time solution, right? That can solve this once and for all, right? So let me get to the bottom of this, right? To explain to you, friends, more about the product of ageLOC TR90, all right? So keep it simple for you. ageLOC TR90 consists of 5 products and 5 components, which you only need to take for 90 days. For Jumpstart, right? You only take it in the morning, and these are the ingredients. I think you can see that the ingredients are not cheap, very natural, right? But most importantly, right, the function of it. It helps your body to get ready for the next 90 days. It's like a car that hasn't been started for a long time. The battery is flat. You need to jumpstart it. You need to jumpstart your body now. You need to start to overhaul your engine right now, right? So you need to take this jumpstart, right, for the first 15 days. And afterwards, you need to consume this thing, right, before meal, something called complex to help you burn the fat and build the muscle, all right? So a lot of people get started, burn fat, you know, will it cause irregular heartbeats and things like that? As I've said, there's no side effects to it, right? And check out the ingredients. Check out the ingredients, okay? Very natural indeed, okay? Control. You also take this before your meal, all right? And these are the natural ingredients as well, right? It helps to regulate appetite. So a lot of times, right? A lot of times, it's not an appetite suppressant. A lot of times people rely on appetite suppressants, right? But it ends up ruining their hormone. I'll elaborate more on this later. Okay, and of course, the fourth part is actually Trim Shake, a meal replacement, right? Needed to help you to build muscle, you know, and actually curb your cravings. Okay, so it's an ongoing joke, right? BTS, all right? So this is just a joke, okay? The best Trim Shake ever, all right? And for your information, friends, I've been taking protein powder since I was 18 years old. I've tried countless brands, countless bodybuilding friends sponsored a lot of different athletes, right? And they all taste pretty weird, okay? They taste, you know, because they're artificial sweeteners, they taste pretty weird. But I dare say this, right? This is by far the best tasting one that I have ever had. It comes in 2 flavors, either chocolate or vanilla, right? And of course, the last component of TR90, Life Pack. So if you see in the right segment, right, these are the ingredients within Life Pack. Life Pack is a multivitamin, right? Why do you need a multivitamin when you lose weight? When you're burning a lot of fat, it's producing a lot of oxidative stress. So you need the stress to be neutralized, right? And that's the reason why when you're on the program, right, you're feeling more energetic as well. And you don't look haggard at all, okay? So these are the components of the TR90 products. So you might be asking me as well. So Philip, what's the difference, right, between a TR90 weight management, a TR90 ageLOC weight management compared to a traditional one? All right. So guys, take a good look at this slide. There's an animation that is about to happen. So I don't want you guys to miss this. On the left side, right, is traditional slimming, such as working out, controlling your diet. Maybe you're trying different types of diet, you know. And when you do it right, you do lose your weight, all right. But at what cost? You see that the animation, right? Your body fat, all right, one more time. Your body fat is reducing, but your muscle is also shrinking at the same time. And that means that your metabolism is going down because your muscles are shrinking. And that's not what we want, guys. That's not what we want at all, okay? But when you look at ageLOC, right, what it does, see the animation, okay? One more time, As the fat goes down, the muscle go up. And because of that, does the metabolism go up or down, guys? It goes up. Oops, it goes up, right? So when it goes up, right, of course, think about it. If your metabolism is better now, does that mean you can burn more calories? Yes. Does that mean your blood sugar and cholesterol will also be stabilized, be helped as well? Of course, right? And that's why, if you think about it, that is the reason why it is a long-term solution, okay? So you might be wondering, it sounds so good, right? But is it safe? Is it safe? Okay, so for your safety is our priority, right? So we have this process called the Pharmanex 6S process. Basically, right, we need to go through this entire 6S process, right, to prove to you that it's safe. It's something like, for example, like you want a food to be certified to be halal, or in the hospital, there's something called HACCP, you know, or maybe there's something called the ISO thing for the food labeling. There's always a to regulate it, right? But for 6S, it's very different, all right? Because for a supplement, right, you don't need to go through the entire 6S. But for medication, you need to. But for the sake of our peace of mind, our company went through the entire 6S, right? Especially the 5th and 6th step, which is safety and substantiation, right? Meaning to say it has been done on clinical human trials, on human, not on the lab rats, not in the petri dish, those cells, but on human beings, right? To prove to you guys that it's safe to be taken and proven that it works, right? And of course, we also have this book called the Physician's Desk Reference. In layman term, the doctor's Bible. In US, right, a doctor can only write a prescription, but you must get it from a pharmacy. So if the doctor in US want you to lose weight, they will write a prescription, H-Log TR90, because it's found inside the book, all right? And you take that prescription and you go find someone and somewhere to buy this H-Log TR90 program, all right? So being listed in this book is not easy, friends. Not every product that has a clinical paper means it's proven, you know. To be listed in this book, your research has to be tip-top, you know. It has to be tip-top on another level, not a thesis that I did back in my uni days, right? But a very prestigious one, a high-level research, we call it, to be listed in this book, okay? So maybe I can go through these common approaches, right? I think this is an interesting one. Okay, friends, can you let me know how many ways have you tried here? Maybe you can count how many you've tried and you can actually type in the chat box below, or maybe you want to let me know how many your mom has tried, okay? Because I think my mom tried quite a lot here growing up, right? Okay, so first thing first, slimming pills, all right? So a lot of people might be thinking, oh, slimming pills is so scary, right? It causes dizziness, irregular heartbeat, you know, people sell it illegally. But guess what? Even doctors are selling it. They are prescription drugs, slimming pills, or sold over in the pharmacy as well, such as Orlistat. What it does, when you consume it, right, it prevents oil being absorbed. But if you take it long term, right, it's going to mess up your body's health. And if you fart, there's a chance that the oil might leak out from your body because it's not being digested. Hey, it's a fact, guys. You might be wondering, oh, people do that? Yes, people do that in the name of fat loss, okay? And one more, right? It's called appetite suppressant. As I mentioned earlier, right? If you take this, it messes up your hormone because your appetite is related to your hormone, all right? So the doctor might even prescribe this to you because he doesn't care long term. He wants you to lose weight now, all right? So-called that. But it might not help you to lose weight. In fact, it messes up your body and your metabolism. So second way, Chinese medicine, right? It's not proven, and I know because my dad also tried a lot of Chinese herbs, right? And it ends up with a lot of side effects affecting the kidney, guys. So please do not try it. It's not that Chinese herbs are wrong. They are good ingredients with thousands of years of being practiced, right? But you need to choose the one that's being researched and proven by science, okay? Third one, controlling diet. We have people trying all kinds of weird diet, like I said. And personally, I've tried counting my calories. I've tried carbohydrate cycling, no carbo, intermittent. I've tried all that, you know. And trust me, friends, it's the most humane way, and probably it might not even work for you, right? The fourth and fifth one is a bit unique, right? It's like a detox method. People think that drinking vinegar or drinking tea, right, it helps you to lose weight because something must come out from your butt, you know. And I always say this, like, they always tell me, if the fat doesn't come out from my butt, then where does it come out from, right? And I ask them back, you know, if you pump your car petrol, you drive, right, and the petrol runs out, right, where's the petrol coming out? Did it leak from the exhaust pipe? I don't think it leaked from the exhaust pipe, right? But it come out in front of the gas, right? Okay. So what I'm trying to say is fat loss is not as primitive as just losing weight like that, okay? The sixth one, exercising. Exercising works, but you'll be surprised at the amount of effort people put in. 2-hour treadmill running every day, but still no result, because the problem is not at the exercising and you're doing your part already. It's your body that's stubborn. 7, acupuncture. Yes, acupuncture, you heard me right. There are people doing it. My brother went to Taiwan to do it. result. Okay, it's not scientifically proven. It is actually liposuction and fat freezing, right? Which is actually very, very risky because, right, they actually inject something or to liquefy the fat, right, for it to then suck it out. And there's a chance for you of you dying on the table as well. All right. Fat freezing, and it sounds very scientific when you go to slimming center because my mom has done it before, right? They help you to lower the temperature to a certain degree, and apparently your fat cells will die at that temperature and it will never grow again. And when I hear it, to be honest, I just feel like, oh, it sounds quite true. But actually, it's not proven. It's not proven also, okay? Colon detox, I've mentioned earlier, slimming center, fat freezing, chili wrap, but actually in the end, what you're really losing is water weight, just water weight, okay? And 11, ketogenic diet. I think that's the hype. And 12, intermittent fasting. To be honest, I've tried these both diets, even though when I was back in 2011, 2012, before it was a hype, because I did my fair share of research, right, on what I really want to do to improve my body's condition, right? And quite frankly speaking, keto diet, as you lose the weight, most probably you might even develop a heart attack already because you have to eat so much oil and fats, right, that you lose weight, but at the expense of your health because the fat gets accumulated inside your body. It's not worth it. It's not even recommended by heart surgeons, right, cardiologists, right? So the 12th one is intermittent fasting, meaning to say that you fast for a specific period and you eat for a specific period. Actually, it's not really proven as well. If you guys don't know, right, keto diet is designed for hyperactive kids. That's why they come out of the diet. Intermittent fasting, right, the science right now is to prove to you guys that it helps for those who are experiencing jet lag. It's true. You guys can read that up, okay? So it's just basically eating lesser only. But does it really help to solve your root cause? Actually, it doesn't. You're basically just eating less. You're delaying the problem only, okay? So of course, there are a lot of programs out there, right? And as you name it. So what makes TR90 different, right? If you ask me, basically in terms of safety and effectiveness, and lastly, there's no yo-yo effect there. No effect, meaning to say there's no up and down, but there's just a one-time solution, okay? So other slimming methods out there, right? Friends, I just want to increase your awareness. Yes, it's true, weight is important, right? Losing your body fat is even more key. Gaining muscle is even more important. The regimes out there, right? The programs out there, right? Whatever they're endorsing, right? Only focuses on reducing your weight, reducing your muscle at the cost of your health. And it's definitely not worth it. So enough of talking. Why I say so, right? Interesting segment coming up, right? Very fortunate today, right? We have the privilege to invite two amazing testimonial sharers, right? These two folks have ended their program. One of them even freshly ended it, right? And to be honest, they don't need to share with us experience here, but today they're here, right? Because they want to be able to inspire, to motivate, to let everyone know, the experiences that they went through, right? That you can do the same, right? And through their story, right? They want to also let you know that there is a chance, there is a shot at this or on overturning your health and improving your quality of life. All right, really thankful. So friends, I invite them out. Please give them cyber applause and love, okay? So for the first sharer, she's a female. Oops, okay. She's obviously a female, all right. And as I spoke to her, right, she told me that growing up, right, she was always that chubby kid in class, and because of that, right, she has very low confidence. And when I talk to her, right, I find it really hard to believe. Because when I see her, right, all I see is just overflowing of confidence. But without further ado, let us welcome Cherry to do her sharing. Cherry, take it away.
Thank you, Philip. Hi, everyone. Hi, I'm Cherry. So prior to Nu Skin, I was a community manager. Growing up, I was someone that was never skinny. I've always been a fat kid in class. Didn't have much confidence because kids, being kids, they love to call names to each other, right? So I've tried various methods to lose weight, but I will gain it back right after. Very similar to a roller coaster ride. It can be quite stressful. So I tried to get back in track by exercising and also eating healthy. So what I was doing, I was counting calories as well as going to the gym about 6 times a week, going for classes like HIIT, body pump, body combat, and occasionally I will also lift weights. I did lose weight, but it was just a very little. And I was still very unsatisfied until I don't even want to post photos of myself on social media. That really, really affected my confidence. Fast forward to March 2020, I was complaining to my boyfriend on how bad I look in pictures. He asked me to speak to his younger brother, asking me to listen to TR90 with an open mind. I was super skeptical because my belief is if you work hard enough, you eat clean, you will definitely lose weight and you tone up, right? But I decided to give it a go because whatever I was trying, it definitely didn't work. In 3 months' time, I was 8.6 kg lighter, which I lost 7 kg of pure fat, and I've even gained muscle, you know. I've lost 16 cm at my waist. I was super, super happy. Most importantly, I've adopted a healthier lifestyle with no weight rebound. So why is this particularly important to me? It's because for someone that likes working out, right, I'm able to work out with more confidence, and it has also improved my athletic performance as well. I'm able to lift heavier, and also I completed my CrossFit workout much faster compared to before. Another thing I noticed was I wanted to take more pictures of myself. I started taking outfit of the day, and I post on my Instagram and my social media. So looking the best self gave me a lot of confidence I never had when I was younger. So to those that are still thinking, right, just trust your friend. They just want the best for you. Because TR90 is the best thing that has happened to me. And it has taught me to have a better relationship with myself and food as well. That's all for my sharing. Thank you.
Yes, thank you so much, Sherry, for her amazing sharing, right? And wow, what I captured was this particular statement. You know, she said she had low confidence to a person, right, that loves to post photos on social media. Wow, right, guys. Before the pandemic, when we traveled, right, what was the thing that we want to do most? Take photos, right? We will actually ask our friend or family, or hey, take this angle, take this angle. And once that perfect photo taken, right, you just feel like this trip is worth it. This trip is done already. Have you guys ever had this feeling, right? And if you ask me, right, for a person that, I mean, for all of us that really prioritizes this, right, for her to then be able to have the confidence to post on social media, right? Wow, I think that's priceless, right? I think it's so worth it. Okay. So I really thank you, Sherry, once again, right, for a very sincere sharing, right? Because she's no stranger to weight loss. She has tried to count her calories. She's a very avid gym goer. She has tried what I said earlier, high intensity workouts, right? But somehow the weight just kept rebounded. And to be honest, friends, it's very stressful mentally and even on your metabolism. And back then, if you were to ask me, how do I help someone, right, who so-called have a bigger frame, right, to actually lose weight? How? Right? It's actually very challenging. But due to age cloud today, right, it really helps us to discover our best self. It puts our body, right, in the best condition that it can be. Thanks to age lot, she has really transformed. And I thank you so much again, Sherry, for your sharing. All right. So moving on to our second testimonial sharer, right? Let me briefly introduce him first. So obviously it's a male, I said him, okay, and he's a retiree, and he really loves life and just wants to enjoy it to the fullest. And from what I heard, his hobby is to paint. And just in just that short exchange with him, right, he really gives me this super strong feeling of that age is just a number. The age is just a number. However, he also mentioned, right, there's one thing that he cannot fight, you know, is time and aging. And because of time and aging, it has caused some unwanted things, right? So without further ado, I'm going to welcome our second testimonial sharer, which is actually Uncle Halim. So Uncle Halim, whenever possible, do unmute yourself. Start to share.
Hi everyone. Thank you, Philip. I'm Halim. Yes, I'm 70 years old. 70 years old, and I'm very, very happy that I am that age because I've done most of the things that I want to do with my life. I've raised my children. Yes, that's me before. I've raised my children, gave them the best education. Now I want to enjoy my life. And aging is not very kind because you get all sort of ailment and you put on weight. Yeah. And that's not good. I have 3 grandchildren and I have a 3 grandsons, and another granddaughter is coming in 2 weeks' time. So I want to be healthy so I can enjoy my life with them and they can have and build good memories with the young ones. Okay. That's the reason why I take the TR90. It was introduced to me by Fuzzy and Chichai. I was very skeptical because I've been on other weight losing program. You lose the weight and then you stop and you get back on. But Fuzzy and Chichai, with a persuasive force, managed to get me started, and I'm very happy that they did, because I have lost about 8 kg, Chichai, and I was 80 kg, so that's very good. And I lost a lot of body fat and visceral fat, and I can feel it, that loss, because okay, that's it. I can feel that loss because I feel much healthier. My knees don't give me problem when I take evening walks with my wife around the neighborhood. They're much stronger, and I don't get tired as I used to do. One round and I was panting. Now I can do 6 rounds the neighborhood, which is about 2 kilometers, and that was good. That's good. Not only I've lost weight, as you can see, I've also reduced my waistline. Yes, I have to share you an embarrassing moment about this, losing your waistline. My pants, if I don't wear a belt, would go below my butt. I would look like those 80s or 90s raptor, where they wear their pants very low with their underwear showing. I'm glad I lose that, and I'm wearing my pants. I'm wearing my belt, so no embarrassment there. Yes, that's the wonder of TR90. Beside weight and waistline, I find out that my blood sugar level is somehow very more steady than it used to be. So this is very wonderful for me, because I'm pre-diabetic. If I don't take care of that, I will become a full-blown diabetic, and that's not good. Okay, so I must thank Fuzzy and Chichai for helping me discover that, have a good blood sugar level. Okay, I would encourage everyone to tell their parents or their grandparents to go on this, because it helps you stop the aging process, slow down, so that you can enjoy your evening years, your evening twilight years with good health, and you're able to enjoy life. Okay, and I'm doing it because I'm enjoying my life. I'm painting. I'm learning 2 languages at the moment, Mandarin and Spanish, and I also help my friends in real estate. I'm a real estate negotiator. That's it. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Uncle Halim, for sharing. Or gracias. I think that's thank you in Spanish, right? All right. So really thank you so much, Uncle Halim, for his very sincere sharing, right? And really being able to share with us today. I'm so in love with his energy, and so contagious, right? And I'm also very impressed at how well he takes care of himself. But as he said, aging has not been kind to him, right? But it's just nature taking course, and we cannot fight against this. But really, thanks to age law, right? I think he has mentioned his blood sugar stabilizing. Of course, the knee pain has faded a much more. There is a side effect whereby the pants loosen up. But I think they're all good changes, right? And right now, he's at tip-top health condition. And this morning, I actually read a phrase about, there are many blessings in life, and one of the important blessings in life, right, is when our grandparents, right, has the awareness and takes care of their health. So hearing Uncle Halim sharing, right, really touched my heart a lot, because that's one thing that I really wish the best for my family as well, right? And I'm sure a lot of our friends here as well, right, that truly our loved ones, right, deserve the best of health. Thank you once again, Mr. Halim, Uncle Halim, for your sharing. Okay. So I think, right, after hearing their sharing, you guys must be excited. Oh my God, Pastor, how do I take TR90 effectively? So allow me to share with you guys the first tips, right, to take TR90 effectively, okay? Number 1, be patient. Be patient. Why I say so, right? Because TR90, all right, is a supplement, not a drug. All right, TR90 simply stands for transforming in 90 days, right? So definitely you will see results. You just gotta work closely with your consultant, right? And you will be able to see it, okay? Second thing is actually losing weight, right? It's actually not a linear process. It's like a staircase, step by step, right? The faster you go down, right, the faster it will come out as well. So this is the right approach, right, to actually losing weight, right, in a very healthy, sustainable manner, okay? So of course, the results may vary between different age groups. And of course, if women, different gender as well, women tend to have a slower metabolism with the period as well. Just take that into account. All right. And of course, second thing, to really have the best results, be confident. Right? If you take it, and as you take it, right, you start to doubt, I cannot not. Already 1 week leh. I hear people 2 weeks got results. You just gotta be patient, because every human being, right, has a different body, and we are going through different experiences, right, to treat our body. But trust me when I say that, be confident, right, because TR90 is proven to be effective. Right. And third point, I think it's also very important. Trust your consultant. Your consultant is well trained. He or she has the experience, right? Really unconditionally trust your consultant and trust in the journey that you are, right? I said that it's a journey. Okay. So guys, if you can, right, please take a screenshot of this. Okay, basically, it's how to take the program, as I mentioned earlier just now, right? But you can ask your consultant or the friend that invited you here today, right, in more precise, right, how to actually take it. Okay. So we also have the trim shake, all right? It's to replace either your lunch or your dinner, but not your breakfast, and don't replace both meals. We only want you to replace 1 meal a day, not 2, right? Because we're not encouraging you to just rely on meal replacement shake. With the #1 weight management program, not the #1 meal replacement shake, okay, guys? We're centric on giving you a solution, a all-rounded solution, okay? So, of course, in terms of diet, right, I'm sure you're no stranger to this, using your hand, but we call this the 3-3-3-3 diet. Okay, so first thing, your breakfast, right? You gotta have protein, you gotta have carbo. It comes from your bread, it comes from your noodles, or your protein from your milk or fruit. And if you look, and right now it's actually what you call this? Full MCO, right? Full movement control order, right? So I think it's the best way to be super compliant with our diet now as well, because all this while we're challenged by time and convenience, right? But now it's the best way. And if you're creative, work closely with your consultant. They know you best, right? Because from what I see here, you can make a very delicious French toast here. Or if you're like me, right, you really love your Indian food. I love my toast here, right? You can have it with your masala chai. You can add eggs for the extra dose of protein, or even for lunch, right? This is a very basic lunch. Following your hand, just take a screenshot here, right? Okay. Of course, if you're craving for homemade food, right, by all means, go ahead. Okay. If you want to look for that chicken slice hor fun noodle soup, right, of course, you also can. Noodles are not an issue. If you're craving for Indian food, not an issue as well. If you're craving for this mixed rice, you want to take veggies, make sure it's balanced, anywhere it's possible. You don't have to always cook, right? But if you love to cook, by all means, right? So work closely with your consultant. They know you best. Let them personalize it for you, okay? Of course, for dinner, right? As I said, you replace 1 meal a day, right? You take either chocolate or vanilla. Don't take both, guys, all right? If you're feeling hungry, it's normal. It's not that you're hungry, because your brain, right, it's got used to you chewing. You gotta chew something, So you have a side of plant source protein, a side of protein on the side, fruits, By all means, right? Talk to your consultant again, okay? So this is just a very simple principle of choosing your food, following your traffic light system. Because if I tell you every day you eat fried chicken, you can lose weight, I'm also lying to you. Just be smart in terms of your cooking method. Follow either yellow or at most green, but try to avoid it, right? Okay. So even for vegetables, tumis aye, okay, all these issues, tumis with your garlic, all right, don't every meal go eat tempura, okay? And of course, for your rice, all right, white rice is actually all right. You want brown rice, by all means, quinoa, go ahead, okay? But just don't eat fried rice, right? Because it's super oily. But you might say, hey, fried rice got chicken, got carbo, got veggie, but because they add a lot of oil to fry it, so from 200 become almost 800 calories times 4, That's why I so eat 4 bowls of rice. Okay, just kidding, okay? Stick to 1 bowl, okay? All right. And of course, in terms of the cooking method, for your fish, for your chicken, grill, barbecue, as you name it, saute, no issue, man. Okay? Of course, these will be my last 2 slides already. Okay, this is actually some dieting tips to you. Okay, but for the best results and best experience, right, do work closely with your consultant. All right, this is the best timing, right? Strictly no supper. Hey, p.m., 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. SOP, okay? Don't drink alcohol because it's the same as drinking oil. Do not challenge yourself because your metabolism is better now. I want to eat more, okay? Don't challenge the program, okay? Have a more balanced diet than before, okay? So if all this while you've been avoiding your veggies, right? Maybe it's time to introduce it into your diet. Realize that in terms of dieting, there's nothing special to it. It's pretty basic. In fact, you might have already know, no secret. The secret is in each lot, guys. Okay, because TR90, right, is the #1 weight management program for a reason: safe, effective, and proven. So allow me to rephrase, right, the 5 key features of TR90. Okay, #1, really, you don't have to starve, my friends. You don't have to starve. #2, no need for vigorous exercise. No need for it, right? Okay, third point is guaranteed no side effects. No matter today, you are like Uncle Zoo, all right, or even like Cherry, all right, you have no side effects with it one. Okay, the fourth thing, right, healthier after fat loss, even a healthier relationship mentally as well. I think that's very important, right? A lot of people don't take that into account, all right? And the fifth one, right, strictly no rebound in weight. Okay, I think this is super, super key, guys. Okay, so actually this marks the end of my sharing. Really super glad to have spoken to all of you today. So right after this, do ask your friends a bit more about your program, right, and how you actually should start it, right? How to integrate it into your lifestyle. Okay, so that marks the end of my sharing. I'll pass it back to our beautiful MC, Winnie.
Ooh, okay. Thank you, Philip, for your wonderful sharing. Yeah. I think all of us can actually give Philip a big round of applause in the chat box, right? Because I think his sharing really, really did help me to understand so much more about TR90, how it's really the #1 weight management, right, in Malaysia for 4 consecutive years. And thank you to our amazing sharers, Cherry and also Uncle Halim. Yeah, I think your journey through TR90 really is so inspiring because it makes me see that, wow, actually everybody really deserves to live a better life and really deserves to find a better version of themselves. So actually through this session, right, if you do feel this is something for you, guys, really trust me, right, I think really grab your friend who actually invited you here and get started. Yeah, I made the decision 3 years ago, okay, and I really, really did not regret it. And it's really the best decision that I've ever made. So I really urge you all, right, to really embark on this journey as well, because I can just mark my words, right, you all will be so much more happier and confident, and it's gonna really be the best decision of your life. Yeah, so really thank you for tuning in to our TR90 day today. Okay, stay safe, and signing off, I'm your MC for today, Huini. It's fun to stay, it's fun.